it has to start somewhere, And like I said, every one of us, you should be creative in your own field. Okay, perhaps chemistry is different, biology is different, arts and design is different, music is different. But perhaps music can tie with some other fields, for example, medicine. Similarly, engineering with physics or with chemistry, So that's why try to look at first your primary area of interest, and perhaps if you do a short of ideas, look at the secondary field of your interest. I think this is where one of our panelists talk about translational research kan tadi. I think Noritawati mentioned about it. So this is where you can combine or you kata apa, mix two fields, okay, so that you can become more creative and you get new ideas, when it comes to doing research. This is especially for the young ones. Yang senior itu, I think they know what they're supposed to do. But I'm talking about young ones, because as the Dean mentioned earlier, Faculty of Applied Sciences, the Dean has created this mentor-mentee system. Okay, don't expect the mentor to go and talk to every mentee. The mentee should go and talk to the mentor. All right. I think that's very important. Kita sometimes there's a saying, Prof. Dato' Bakar, if Muhammad doesn't go to the mountain goes to Muhammad, something like that, right? So basically, make sure that the young ones who seek knowledge, go and talk to knowledgeable person. As I mentioned quite a number of times in my lecture, you are what you are unless you do two things. First, you read books, and you talk to knowledgeable friends. So this is where I think young aspiring lecturers out there in UiTM, please, by all means, talk to your seniors, talk to your deans, deputy deans. They are there to help you, okay? And then we want, for example, in UiTM, we only have about 217 professors. We need more than 1,000 over professors. We know that. So there's no quota. If you are qualified, I'm sure you get your professorship soon. So it'd be good if you have a lot of professors in UiTM, because the more professors we have, the more we can become the reference center in every field. Imagine kita ada so many areas, right? Music lah, engineering, science, medical, arts, business, financial, accountancy. So a lot of opportunity. I think, I hope that, say, in 10 or 20 years from now, we could be a powerhouse in research and also in academic. So let's hope that all of us can work together. Okay, bukannya kita nak ajar semua lah. Basically, I'm also learning from the young ones, etc. Because kita ni orang lama, Yang Datuk Bakar orang lama. I don't know generation, I don't know X, Y, I can't remember now. So many generation. So like I said, please, for the young academics, please talk to us. Email me, you can contact me personally. If you want any advice, if you want to talk to any professors, do keep in touch. And please, this is good for your career as well, for your career, for your family, it will help you. It's good to have so-called this factor when you become a seasoned academic. I'm sure everyone wants to be somebody when it comes to academic. Like I said, academic ni, you cannot run away from research, Maybe not so much hardcore kind of research, but like I said, those in respective fields, they have their own expertise or scholarly activity. For example, in seni, in arts, perhaps they are very strong in that particular area. So be it, Be somebody who is a renown in your field in UiTM. So we want to hear that kalau ada somebody yang specialize in that, that person is in UiTM. So that is actually the ultimate goal of a university. You become the reference center, you become the knowledge creator, and you disseminate knowledge to the society, and also to the industry. So this is what I think UiTM is inspiring, all about to become a world-renowned, etc., etc. I think don't worry so much about. I know nanti Datuk akan marah ni. Myra tu is just a tool, to measure our progress. I mean, it's good to have a target actually. But like I said, you have to build your niche, your area, especially the young ones ni, and then with the proper guidance, mentoring from your seniors, or perhaps your former supervisors abroad and also locally. Please get in touch with them. I'm sure they're more than happy to help you out. Okay, I think that's all for now, Muzamil. Nanti kalau Q&A, we will talk again. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Prof. Zazali, for the great and insightful ideas and advice to us, the young ones. I'm sure that there are some key points that we can extract from what you have said just now. Researchers has to sacrifice their time, be creative and proactive to seek for the knowledge, find the right mentor, talk to them, and get engaged from time to time. And we should have a very clear aims of what you want to be, right? Thank you, Fazali. I'm moving to the our second panelist, Professor Dr. Abu Bakar. Prof, yeah, when we are talking to you, of course, it reflects much on the research management, right? So we know that there are many postdoctorate opportunities and international grants being offered from time to time. And UiTM, I think, aspire and really hope that researcher can maximize the 5 years duration of the PhD to do a postdoc or to stay, and maybe this is good for them to initiate the collaboration with the people outside from the parent university. So how do you see this as we can promote them to grab this opportunity about the research grant or any postdoctorate position? And how do you see this, and what's your view that this will give an impact to accelerate the one's career in academic? Over to you, Dato'.
Thank you, Dr. Muzamil. Professor Farida Zuraina. I can mention your name in full. Okay, and fellow panelists, participants, again, thank you so much. So the keyword, I think, from your question, Dr. Muzamil, is collaboration. Referring to my previous those slides I presented and the paper that I mentioned regarding to academic ataupun elite, academic elite. One of the things mentioned, this was about, again, Nobel laureate. I think the winners are all people who collaborated. They always work with others. So if I can continue with the slides, please, Muzamil. Okay, I just want to just highlight to you the importance of collaborative work, especially we at UiTM, how we should strategize. Because sometimes to go for numbers, quantity, although we have big denominator, but in terms of impact, we're still a bit struggling to get, for example, citations and to get into high ranking. So I have seen, I have browsed through this new index, or not so new, but index which is seldom mentioned or discussed, called the Nature Index. Nature Index for 2020-2021. So this Nature Index, of course, tracks publication in high quality scientific articles, and it presents output of institution and also country. You can go to this website and you can see the performance of your country and also your institution. For example, UiTM, I checked the recent index from March 2020 to 28 February. See, in terms of, they do some cost scoring, and this score is given for UiTM. They say that we have two collaborations with renowned labs. This is what they captured on the Nature Index. And our score current is 1.07. Just see the number. It's very small, 1.07. So the next slide, please. So, well, we discovered that actually this paper that consists of these two collaboration is actually from one paper in analytical chemistry by Dr. Siti Rabiza, a young lecturer from School of Mechanical Engineering, College Engineering. This paper is a joint effort with UK universities. One of them is Birmingham University, not really Oxford or Cambridge, but just some kind of considered to be top 10 universities in UK. And see what happened to this paper, just one paper published during this 1 year period. Next slide, please. So the collaborators are from Manchester and also Birmingham. So next slide, please. So if you look at the our position in Malaysia, with that one paper, we see we are ranked number 2 if you look at the 10 top universities in Malaysia under index, Nature Index. UiTM, with that one paper, we scored number 2, only second to UM. And see how many collaborations UM has to set up to get number 1 with 1.21 score. 69 collaborations, and they only managed to get 1.21. But UiTM just 2 collaborations tadi, 1 paper, we are number 2 in Malaysia, beating like UKM, UTP, UNITEN, UPM, Utah, and so on. That means the beauty or the intensity of the right collaboration. Working with the right people can get you a long way. So tadi Zamir mentioned postdocs. Yes, postdocs, for example, opportunities are plenty. Either you get funding from the host institution, like what we are promoting now under your access, under EU initiative for postdocs. I hope you've seen in your email how to get that postdoc. Or UiTM, we also have the postdoc program where we can support your outbound postdoc going out to this institution. So I would suggest, for example, if you want to see high impact institutions, just going through the next slide, few slides, just to see examples of other universities, top in chemistry, for example. So we have in China, most of the universities happen to be impactful now, they are in China. You see for USTC, with 554 collaborations, the score is 240. And going down this list, you see mostly again Chinese university. The first non-Chinese is Tokyo at number 7. So this list will go down to the rest of the universities in the world. And you see number 18 there, Xiamen University, which is actually also located in Malaysia. And we just had a discussion with Xiamen 2 days ago for us to establish contact so that we can get from Xiamen Malaysia into Xiamen China. So this is how we want to collaborate. You look at ranking like this, for example, and these are powerful ranking. This is not, the run-of-the-mill ranking, the normal standard ranking. This is specific ranking in your area. Look out for these universities and try establish collaboration with them. And if you don't have any postdoc budget to go there, ask from UiTM. UiTM now has this program, postdoc. We have sabbatical program and so on. Next slide, please, just to browse through the major areas. Physical sciences, these are the top universities. Of course, you have MIT, Tokyo, Stanford. These are universities that if you collaborate, your paper will be highly impactful, highly cited, and you get high Nature Index score too. Next slide, please. Life sciences. These are universities, life sciences, strong in life sciences. Try to get collaborators from these universities, or you can go further down the list. You see there are many other good universities. Next slide, please. Earth Environmental Sciences. Look at them. See, right now, I think, like it or not, we have to accept the fact that China is the growth engine. China is the second largest economy in the world. Be it socialism and Malaysia being a democratic nation, I think collaboration with some of these Chinese universities is, I would say, is inevitable. We have no choice. We have to work with them. And I think there'll be opportunities there. Next slide, please. Oh, okay. So that's about it. But what I'm going to say is that please establish this collaboration, establish this contact. And I see, just to add on a bit, because right now when we work alone, we work in UiTM, I see lots of papers being churned out, yes. And many of these papers, because coming from young people, just come back from postgraduate studies overseas, and they take the so-called, not say easy way out, but they are being advised by people who go to kind of easy picking journals. There's one question in the pigeonhole asking whether we should go to the faster, easier, you pay money, you get published, or you go for high quality journal. I will agree with Prof. certainly. You don't have to write too many papers. We don't go for quantity now, go for quality. Even though if you're a starter, beginner, if people say start small, go to the very low rank journals, I don't think you have to follow or take that advice. You have to aim big, go to at least middle rank, and then further go to the higher rank. When you work with some good mentors, I think you'll be able to get to that level. Don't worry about the journals which are very generic, journals of everything. You don't want to publish in those journals. You go for journals which are in your area. It's going to be heartache, it's going to be sweat, full of sweat, but start on that level. People say jump into the deeper end of the pool, because you struggle, but you learn how to survive them. So for publication, I think at RMC, we're going to focus on impactful publication, because even with small amount or small number, it can give great benefit to the university, to UiTM. And if as much as possible, again, all of you out there, avoid publishing in, I say, easy picking journals. Work hard, go for journals in your specific area. Build upon that strength, and then you can move to Q1 or Q2 journals. All right, so Muzamil, thank you very much.
Thank you, Prof. Dato, for the advice. It's pretty much clear that we should collaborate definitely from the expert, and going overseas by postdoc or having collaboration in research, applying grants, a must for us to, so that we are ensuring that we are trying to get there one day and focus on the quality, which is the impactful paper, rather than just a easy picking one. Right, thank you, Dato. I'm moving to the next panelist, which is, I think, related to what Dato has just said. Prof. Naritawati, the collaboration of UiTM with industries or local or international institution, of course, can elevate the networking to another level. And this definitely will be a great experience for the young scholar in being in the team to navigate UiTM's toward becoming a globally renowned university by 2025. So probably we're hoping that you can share some initiatives that has been outlined by Renew to help and to give hands to our young researcher in this case. So that the bridging from the academics to industry or other research institution can happen. Okay, Prof, over to you.
Thank you. So it's on collaboration of UiTM with industry and local or international institutions for networking purpose. Yeah. So and it's actually one of our Renew's, I would say, efforts is to pull and redirect all our research efforts towards championing the identified priority areas that we have shared earlier, as well as to provide solutions, for current and upcoming challenges through collaborations with industries, local and international universities for global recognition. Yeah. So Renew is continuously seeking opportunities for our researchers to connect, collaborate, or for networking with industries, as well as both at local and international levels. So there are several modes for this purpose, and we under Office of Deputy Vice Chancellor Research and Innovation, we work closely with RMC, okay, to assist our researchers via several initiatives. One is we work closely with UiTM Global for potential collaboration with international universities based on the MOUs that we have signed. In addition to that, we have our high COE and COEs that also facilitate with international research centers to their smart partnerships, collaborations and networking. Yeah. So this is also another platform that the young researcher can come to us for us to establish joint research with international partners. Please, there are also numerous international research grants actually around us. Yeah. So like what Datuk mentioned, the recent one is Erasmus. Oh, sorry, just announced is the Horizon Europe. Yeah. So if you go to the RMC website, actually they have several lists of international grants, and normally the call for application is around the same time every year. Yeah, so we need to be proactive and always seek for opportunity. That is actually we need to always have that kind of culture as academics and researcher. So RMC and Renew, we work closely when it comes to grant applications. We facilitate by conducting sessions, like we invite speakers to give talks by the grant provider themselves. There's one question at the chat box that asks how to write a review paper. I'll respond to that later. We invite recipients of the grants, yeah, I mean, maybe from UiTM or from other universities to conduct sharing sessions, and also we invite panels of expertise in that particular grants to give talk, so that we know what are the tips, you know, for us to prepare for our proposal, things like that. That are some of the initiatives that RMC and Renew always, okay, all along the year, every year since I think many years we are doing this. So there are some international grants that require us to collaborate with local experts like Erasmus, Newton Fund, some of the category, yeah, Fulbrights, and the recent one is Horizon Europe, and many more. So what we can do here is we can assist you on by contacting the international universities involved. Okay, it's like about what Prof Sazali mentioned. Come to us, yeah, datang, come to us, and I'll leave my handphone number after this. You can always WhatsApp me anytime if anything that you would like to clarify or to know more when it comes to grant application, especially industrial and international grants. So some of the initiatives that we have done recently, I mean, since last year, June, include industrial grants that we have managed to secure from collaboration with Indah Water Consortia, with Biofluid Syndrome Berhad, and with Next Global. I think it's less than 350,000, all that, yeah, that is part of industrial grant that focus related to the solution for the particular industry. So recently, we have received positive news, yeah, from Petronas for our researchers to submit like 11 projects out of 23 projects that our researchers pitched in early March this year through Petronas Academia Collaboration Platform. So when this Petronas Academia Collaboration Platform call for application came in March, the duration to submit the concept paper, one slide, I guess, is very fast. It's like less than 2 weeks. So what we have done in Renew is we start gathering and identify all the potential researchers related to that Petronas nature of problems that we could provide the solution for, and act upon it. Prepare 1-2 slides and present, pitch. So that is actually the culture. You know, I'm not trying to tell that all of you or all of us what I'm going to share, but some, like, you know, wow, the deadline is too soon. But that is actually the momentum that we need to have. Yeah, act fast, seek opportunity, be proactive, and go for it. Yeah, it's not about time is too short, I have lectures, I have to do this, I have to do that. No, that's not the way. Okay, so we researchers, you know, when it comes to grants application, it's like there's one saying, others are saying that if you want to see the researchers or the lecturers, you know, together or go for it, put the research grants application, they will go for it. So 2 days ago, one of our deputy directors have also conducted a meeting with a College of Engineering to apply for the Norwegian university for the no global grants. I guess it's actually a joint application with the Norwegian University of Science and Technology. If any of you interested, you can always PM me after this. We can arrange for that session to brief you about that. Grants are still available for you to apply, including the e-Dana under MOSTI. There are 5 categories under e-Dana, and this is open all year through. Yeah. So like what Prof. Leslie mentioned, connect with your mentors and start application, like Prof. Farida pun ada mentioned tadi. Yeah, we understand that you're just back from your PhD. Maybe you seek some assistance in focusing on, you know, to hit actually the right way to submit your grants. Yeah, so the EU's key funding program that we have mentioned earlier, the Horizon Europe. Yeah, and also there's one closing date of that is on the 15th of August 2021, which is meant for a female of 40 years and below with PhD or currently conducting scientific research in the relevant field, which is the L'Oreal UNESCO for Women in Science Awards 2021. I would encourage the young female researchers to apply this. You never know your luck. So we have also blast email recently to inquire for those who have studied in France to complete the form because we are contacted by the Malaysia-France University Connection representative for initiatives like for joint application in grants with the university in France and potential, and opportunity to go for sabbatical in university in France as well. So there are many opportunity that we can go for around us. Yeah. So yesterday, maybe Dato also knew about this. 40 proposals, were submitted under a Malaysia Social Innovation Grant, okay, by our researchers. Very good. So my advice is stay alert and be proactive whenever you receive email from our office of the TNCPI when it comes to grant, and contact us. Okay, if you are not clear, just contact us. If you want to know more, we are more than happy to assist for you to seek more information, partnership, collaboration, anything you are not clear. Okay, if any of the participants here knew me, I am the one that always respond. I will respond if it's a bit late. Maybe I'm engaged in a meeting or things like that, but I will respond. I will find the information. If I'm not sure, I will ask my colleague from RMC to respond. Yeah. So we always try to assist our researchers, especially the young ones. Yeah, when you are trying to applying for grants. So keep applying for funding whenever there is opening, and it fits your research area. We never know. Okay. We might just hit that one time of application. Like people like me, I'm talking about myself. We are used to rejection, okay, and we have our way to celebrate if our grant application success. Yeah, that's normal as a life of researcher. So some initiatives that RMC and Renew that we have is actually the UiTM Talented Young Researchers Grant. This is actually to encourage young researchers that just came back from PhD 40 years below to produce high impact research, high impact quality research. And this is also an initiative to strengthen and boost our university research performance for you to collaborate with your supervisor, your collaborators from top 100 international universities, So that's one of the grant that available, and the closing date I think was like last month, So take opportunity whenever these grants call for application are open, So we also have one grant known as Grant Kolaborasi Entity Penyelidikan UiTM. We call it the KEPU grant that we award to our research interest group that perform well for the 3 consecutive years. Okay, so what the grants require actually is for this performer to collaborate with another 2 RIG, research interest group or research group, or maybe COE, 3 entities. So what to actually inculcate other RIGs or research group, okay, and to encourage them on how to perform as a researchers in a team, So I guess that's it, Dr. Muzamil, that I can share at the moment with our researcher. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Norita, for your sharing and some advice. We get some points that we shouldn't be missing the emails, and of course, Pejabat TNCPI always keep sending many opportunities to all users, and we should be alert and read them through. And there are a lot to offer, I guess. So stop making excuses at some points I get. So yeah, we are moving forward because I think Renew RMC are always will help all the researchers. I mean, yeah. So please come forward and be proactive. Yeah. All right. We are moving to our next panelist, Professor Farida. For the second round. Prof, so today we see that most of us, right? I mean, like some of us could have done our PhD studies outside of UiTM, and when they come back to UiTM, they find it challenging to settle down and establish their own research. So do you have any specific advice? I mean, what you have implemented in the FSG, like any advice and how they can be adaptive and fit in with the current UiTM setting? So this is important for them to go forward. And then, is there any best way for them to reach out the faculty for support? So over to you, Prof.
Thank you, Dr. Muzamil, for the question. Yes, and YBhg has listed down so many approaches, so many platforms for the new PhDs to come forward. We have all that. And then, as I said in the first round, we have so many types of people in FSG. So when I look at what Todd Chester was saying, we are blessed to have 340 staff in FSG, of which 214 are academics. So these 214 of academic falls within the 4 groups of people. They are driver, analytical, amiable, and expressive. So what does this mean? So driver, 20% of them are drivers. So let's go, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's get it done now. So that's the drivers, 20% of them, and 20% of them are analytical. Let's get the job done and get it done right. So this is very precise, logical, careful, and methodical. So the third group is amiable. Very nice people in FSG fall within this group. 40% of them. let's get the job done, but let's focus on the people. Yeah, so there are warm people, yeah, approachable, friendly, and inclusive, and there are our team player. Yeah, and the fourth group is expressive. 20% of the staff is let's get this done, and we can do it. You know, this is the spirit, the vibe that we give to all our staff in FSG. We always do it. We can do it. You know, because no excuse, we can do it. So this is very energetic, yeah, energetic, and we energize people. Okay, so there are big thinkers, optimistic, visionary, cheerleader. These are the 20% of them are in this group. So with that, you know, with this in group, so we have because otherwise you will be very to think you cannot please everyone. Yeah? You cannot please everyone because like only one refuse to do things there, and then they let it be, because they fall within these four groups of people. So we have the platform, and then the most important thing I think is communication. Yeah, you have to communicate. You know, you cannot do work in your room silo. You cannot. You have to communicate. You can come to see me. Yeah, you can come to see the PJI office as what Prof. Norita was saying. You talk to people. Yeah, we have this mentor-mentee. You know, talk to your mentors and talk to your senior people, and then most of them are already have their peers. Yeah, like because these are the big chunk of contributors. Yeah, writers contributors in FSG. So we have grouped them. We have so many workshops. You know, we transfer theses to journal. We go for proceeding. We have our own journal in the faculty site. We have everything, all the platforms. Yeah, but again, so what we have in FSG, we always not to discuss about negative vibes in FSG, be it in emails or WhatsApp. You know, so we each and every one of us encouraging others to be thankful, to be thankful for what we have in UiTM, despite of so many people out there struggling to get a plate of food. We are here in FSG. Yeah? We have every month salary comes in, you know, without have to think to search for work, job, money, whatnot. And then please give back. Yeah, we don't ask for much, and then please give back by writing, writing. You have to read up and you write back. But to write something, to write up something, you have to read out. You know, like what Prof. Zali was saying, and then you have to do something. You have to do research, and only you can write. Okay, so during this pandemic also, I think it is good advice also to remind everyone that we have to be sympathetic, and be empathy to our postgraduate. Yeah, because we look at several cases that these researchers make full use of our postgraduate, you know, and please remember that although we have UPTA and that some of researchers, we have grants to pay the need, but please listen to them. Yeah, listen to them. They are not meant to do research and write papers for you, but they are also human beings. Yeah? So communicate with them. Then I think that's the full stop to it, to informatization, you know, that please communicate, you know, come towards and your voice is heard in FSG. Thank you, Dr.
Thank you very much, Professor Farida. Yeah, we capture some points. Is that the communication is the key. Yeah, to ensure that any parties that require advice or help can get those from the right people. And also, I captured that we should celebrate the differences, right? So we should be respecting each other in making sure that all the works can be navigated accordingly. And be human, we should be empathy, and there is no way of having negative vibes. Although we see some differences, but we are moving forward. We need to have a futuristic mind to see that UiTM can success more in the future. All right, I think we have completed the 2 rounds of our forum today. Thank you very much, all the panelists. And now we will be projecting some questions that was conveyed to us, and we hope that any panels that are ready to, I hope everyone can help us to address all the query, for instance. So we have number 1 is that so the first name is a writer, not a waiter. So the question here is if 3 votes. I was given an admin post 2 months after receiving my PhD after 6 long years. And the admin job stopped my momentum, and the 6 years went by and I haven't really recovered. Please advise, thanks. Whew. All right. Maybe we have Prof. Datuk Bakar or Prof. Sazali to help our researcher to like some advice. I think this has been mentioned earlier, but maybe you can give some input, Prof. Datuk Bakar, from your experience in admin post.
For the substantive step, the auditor is responsible to evaluate and observe this procedure during the test.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. and thank you, writer not with a very fast fast learner. The Prof. Nazib punya last sentence of the speech, and a very nice quote also, atau tagline. Basically, when we serve UiTM, some of the speakers or members of the panel have mentioned, we cannot run away from doing admin work. Either admin work at a high level, mid-level, or even at the faculty level or departmental level. There's some bits of admin work that we have to do, like attending meetings, preparing kertas kerja, running programs and things like that. So it all has to be embedded within our 24/7 too. Like it or not, we have that time in a week. And like Prof. Sazali mentioned, the mistake that you've done, I'm sorry to say, if you have stopped altogether all these 6 years, I think that was a mistake and something that hopefully others will not emulate or will not follow to the same. Because never in your appointment letter it was stated that you should stop doing everything else when you are appointed to a position. It's never stated that. The assumption is that you take up the post with the knowledge that you still have to do other work, especially related to work, especially related to responsibilities of a lecturer, given to you when you were first appointed, the long list of activities that you have to do. You take up that admin post, you get some privileges. For example, you get that so-called time off, certain hours. So that is where you fill up that gap for your management work. Sometimes the problem is that we are so engaged with management admin work, we tend to forget about everything else. And it has been said to some at UiTM, we tend to focus too much on the admin work. We give the whole heart to that kind of work, which, if you think about it, maybe that is not what the university expects you to do. Meaning overemphasis on one particular job. All of us, panel members, we've been doing management work, but at the same time, we still have to go for research grant. We still have to develop research group because we know that we would not have full time to do research. We need the group to work with us. And then we continue to engage the group on a regular basis, regular meetings, and keeping track with the progress of the group. Writing, yes, we still have to do writing. Definitely, if it's difficult to be single author, then join and write with others so that you contribute only partially and others will contribute equally so that finally you get the whole paper. Supervision, yes, you still have to go through the supervision. Because, sorry to say, when you are going for promotion, it's not that I'm saying that is everything, promotion, but there'll come a point in time in your career that you wish to move one notch higher, and that's natural. So when you go without proper credentials, proper academic activities, except for admin, definitely promotion is going to be very difficult. We only have, we have leadership track for promotion, but that one involves very high level individuals like the deans, the rectors, and so on. Or you are international leader of societies. So, like Professor Sazali mentioned,